Welcome back for another weekly vlog. So this is weird. I'm recording this clip the same day that the last week's went up, but we're trying things new this week. I'm trying with this camera instead of my phone because I feel like the quality is going to be there. So unless I am out and about, in which I will use my phone, if we're here in the room, which most of the time we are, we're going to use the camera. So, because I don't go out places much. So it's going to be like, ta-da! So anyways, so the goals for today was mainly to get the video edited because it took forever. It's like gonna be over 30 minutes of a video, so that's gonna be a minute to render and such. And while it's doing that, I can't really use my computer. It drags everything. Like, you can't really type because the lag is so bad. It's an older computer and it really isn't that powerful of one because I inherited it, so it wasn't designed to be used for what I use it for. It was really just like the most basic of computers. So the fact that it'll do some things, I'm good. So while it is rendering, I am gonna go make some lunch. I'm gonna make me some broccoli, and this time I'm gonna add some carrots. And I think I might try and read a little bit. I do have to record a video today because my proofs are supposed to be here. It doesn't say they're out for delivery, and it's almost like noon, so I don't know that it's coming. I might have to get this video recorded because I read this morning because I couldn't sleep, and so I might get that recorded instead. And I need to write, I just don't want to. This book is like, it's one of those that I want it to exist, and I really want it to exist for like past me who had to deal with all of it, but at the same time I don't like writing it. And it's like, there's a reason I postponed writing this for so long, because like, it is one I have tried to write for years and I just haven't been able to get through it, and I just don't feel like writing it. Like, I want it to be done. I think it will be good once I get that initial draft done, but some books just aren't that fun to write at times. And like, you know, you hit just certain points in the storytelling that, like, for me, it doesn't have a lot of action stuff and it's really like dragging, and I don't know that it's a me problem as like the author or a story problem, because when I read the outline it makes sense, but to write it I'm like, I don't want to. Like, to the point that I'm like, could I not do it today and do it a different day and just sacrifice a weekend day because I really don't want to, which is sad. But like, I'm just not digging this book right now. Like, my mind is at my next book series that I want to be working on, and I have this one and the next one to do before I jump into that. So it's gonna be a minute, but the one that I'm really excited about is a like fantasy cozy mystery kind of a thing. Like, it is more like supernatural creatures and such, but like, I have this idea of like following around what me and my husband thought the Harry Dresden series was gonna be, and they weren't, where you have like a magic user that goes around and like solves mysteries. That series derailed hard. By book 4, it got real gross and real weird. Incest, and technically not, but really it kind of is, and it's just, it got weird, and the way he described people was just not my thing. But the premise of what I wanted that to be, I'm like, you could totally do that. But like, what if you combined that concept, but with the cozy mysteries? Like, this idea of just like, not huge stakes, but like a little bit, because again, they're cozy, but like with magic. So like, I'm excited for that one because I have this idea of having a sorceress, because I thought about calling her a witch, but I'm like, that's like what I call my religion and I just don't love it. So, but at the same time, I like to write fantasy of that, of like, but what if spells could do things that are like not coincidence? And so I am gonna have a sorceress as my main character, and I already have ideas of like, you know, there's a ranch that has issues, but the ranch is actually ran by werewolves. And, you know, what if her roommate is a vampire? Or like, not necessarily roommate, but like they have a duplex, and the other side of the duplex is like a vampire. And in that one, they're both haunted. And the vampire finally goes and approaches her. She's like, could you do something about this? Because like, what are we gonna do? Like, I have ideas for that. I want to do that. Those sound fun. This book that's based in the real world, based on experiences, like, and just the drama that is working in an optical office with, if you've never worked there, and you didn't have drama, that's a rarity, because like most of the time, like the doctors have an ego trip, your coworkers aren't that helpful, the managers are usually rude, like there's just a lot of it. And like the escaping from that to go and live in the witch's town, and like I want to get to that stage where it's fun again, but like I'm dragging that out, and I don't know that, like, do I need to like work on the outline more, or do I just need to power through? Because like that was the issue with my second book for the longest time, was just powering through to get to the end, because once I did it then I was fine. And so I feel like that's my problem, and if I take a break from it I will not return. Like, not like a day, but like do another project between, it's just not gonna get done. So I need to work on that book. I just don't want to because like I've got so many sections before it gets fun. Like I have like multiple days of writing before really fun things start to happen, and it's like, is the plot just not working? Is it just me not wanting to write this anymore? Because again, the other series is sounding so much more fun, and like even the third book that I wanted to write with Witch's Night and the next one, which is The Grave Shift, like I don't even know what I want that story to be. Like, do I want to write that? Because it really didn't need it necessarily, but like kind of did. Or do I want to save it for a minute, write this cozy book, and then jump back? I don't know. So anyways, that's where we're at today. No joke, I just finished editing, and like, look at how slow this is. Boop. Ba-doop. Like, it's gonna take forever. So I think, safe to say, I'm gonna go cook some lunch because this is gonna take forever. It ended up being 32 minutes, so I definitely know how to ramble a lot. I did make the executive decision, I'm not writing today. So today is Friday, and I've decided I just don't know that I want to write on Fridays. So I have rearranged the schedule of writing because I still want to get to the end of this draft 1 for The Grave Shift by the end of the month. So instead of writing 3 chapters a day, Monday through Thursday, I'm gonna write 4 chapters a day, which honestly isn't like that much more. Like, I can easily manage that, and if I just know that I just 2 weeks and it'll be done, it'll be fine. So I'm gonna change that, and ideally I would love to be able to get ahead enough that I could just use Friday as like an editing day, and like try and record throughout the weeks. If I could eventually get ahead would be awesome. So that I could just have this be a lot of editing. But like, these videos are gonna be long and it's going to tie up the computer. So maybe even Friday is like my reading days where I just do other things, not at the laptop, because it is going to be so slow. So like, I don't know, I'm feeling better taking that off the plate today, because I really didn't feel like writing, which is bad because that's what I want to do for my career. But at the same time, like, self-care, I just don't feel like doing it today. And yeah, I mean, I did pretty good. I hit 25K last week, this week, yesterday for me, because again, today's the 16th. So like, I got it done. It just isn't like, I'm not getting to like, what would it be, 28,000 words today? Instead, it's staying at 25. And then on Monday, gonna do chapters 25, right? Yes, 25 to 28. So, right? Something like that? Yeah, 25, 26, 27, 28. So anyways, that will be a Monday me problem. But today, I think I am just gonna go grab my fiction book and read it. And then maybe by the time I check back in, I will be talking about that book. I'm currently reading through Gilded by Marissa Meyer, who wrote the Lunar Chronicles. I loved those books. This one is weird. I'm in the first chapter and it's like not the same vibe as the Lunar Chronicles. I'm hoping it gets better and will like capture my interest the way the Lunar Chronicles did, but I just don't know that it's going to, because I tried to get through Heartless or whatever the other one was, the Queen of Hearts book that she did, and I just couldn't get into it. I just didn't like it that much. So I'm hoping I'm gonna like these ones a little more than that one. But I'm not like the world's biggest fan of like Rumpelstiltskin stories anyways. Like, that's just not one that I care about. And I loved the idea of like cyborgs and like all of that, but with the classic fairy tales. Like, it was such a fun concept that I feel like, I don't know, I haven't liked her other attempts at that, like, thing that she did, but maybe this one will be good. It is a big book though. It's like 500 pages and it's like tall, thick, thin pages. So it's gonna be a minute, but I think that's gonna be my weekend goals. So I will see you all on Monday. I just recorded the video that's gonna go up on my witchcraft channel, but I wanted to add this into this vlog. I got the proof copies. I am so happy with these. Look at how good this turned out. Like, it is a little more pixelated than I would prefer, but I don't know how to fix that, so whatever. Because, you know, you take what you can. I mean, it's not bad by any means, but yeah, and look at this. It's so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought, honestly, it was going to be closer to this size. Boom, it's like double that. So proud of this, because even though you see the page count when you're like formatting and stuff, it's different to hold it. It's a magical feeling. So I'm so happy. Absolutely love this. Like, look at, I wrote another book. Like, I know, like, and look at how those pages turned out. Oh, beautiful. Like, it's just the best. I absolutely am just in love with this part of the process. When you get to the end, you get to the stage, it's so close to being done. And yeah, so I'm just gonna display it on my desk and look at the pretty and be like, look at what I did. I made that. Because like, it's such a fun time, and when it comes out, I will probably get me a copy that is a hardback, because I love having the hardback editions. So I'm gonna do that. Probably at the same time, I will also get a hardback of my last book that doesn't have the Banner of Awful. I never got a real version of my own book, so I need to do that. And then again, I talked about this. I'm gonna put them here at some point, but sometimes I also just want to look at my own desk and be like, look at my pretty. You're so pretty. So anyways, I'm very excited for this to come out. So I haven't done a whole lot of writing, but I wanted to check in today because the edits are going so fast for my book, Path of a Witch, that one right there, that it might be publishing like next week instead of a month from now. I really thought it was going to take so much longer, and it's not. And I think that's just one of those things that as you write more, you get better at it, and you don't have as many things to fix and contend with. And I read so much of this content that hopefully it, you know, doesn't suck too bad, but it's going really fast. So I think tomorrow is going to be some edits for a day and potentially getting to publication in the week. And I am thinking about doing more magical stuffs for it before I hit publish, because again, I am a witch. And, you know, pick a specific day to actually hit publish. And so that will mean, like, do I pick Thursday because money and prosperity, and Thursday is Jupiter? Or do I pick like Sunday for success? You know, different things like that. And also on Saturday is the full moon. So I'm like, there are so many choices to be made here. But yeah, so anyways, I am very excited to be that close. And also, I just got so many books from the library, like it's not even funny. I just recorded my haul. I got these, and I also have this stack over here. Audiobooks. I now get to go organize, figure out what order I want to read them. And then I think I'm going to stack them on the table, but if I can point, the bag is where I keep my done books, so that when it gets full, I just grab the bag, go drop it off. So yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna be publishing this month, which means I can potentially get 11 to 12 books published. I haven't decided if I'm doing a 10-year anniversary of my original first book I ever published or not, because if I do that, it would be like all 3 books into one massive book, or revising it, and at the same time I'm like, I just don't know that I want to do that. So I don't know. And I don't know that I can get 12 published this year. January obviously is off the table. It's come and gone. But if I can get published in March, or no, instead of March, in February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way to the end of the year, that's still doing really, really good. So I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the year goes. But yeah, so anyways, I am gonna go get that video edited, and then probably read, and then tomorrow is going to be editing day for the book. And then I get to start again on writing, and I did decide we're gonna keep it going for the Grave Shift. I talked to my mom about it. She's like, no, it's a good thing, write it. And I'm like, okay. So powering through to get that one done, and then I don't know which one I'm gonna write next, but if I get the Grave Shift in the same speed at which I got this one done, does that mean I can publish that in March? We're gonna hope so. Well, the editing went by really fast, so now we're back to this game, currently on 3.3, and it's mostly the same pages as before. It's the like section headings that it's like April, May, June, they're a problem. Currently, I'm at 126 pages in. That seems to be working and working through them, so hopefully it won't take forever, but I am going to probably just stay up tonight and just get it done and then double check it one more time in the morning, and then theoretically I could just hit publish. Like, it is wild how the last bit just goes by so fast for me. It's really just the initial drafting that still takes the longest out of it all and is truly the hardest of it all. And I think that just comes down to the fact that, like, as I do this, the initial drafts get better, but like it does take time and practice and whatever, but there wasn't that much that had to be fixed. So woohoo, let's see how many it's gonna take to actually get to the end. And if I'm low energy, it's because I would like to go to bed, but also I'm stubborn and I want to get to the end of this. So it is worth sacrificing sleep to see about getting this done. A game I didn't think we were gonna play. Why did you do this? Why? Because all I changed was this to be centered, and now that's all jacked up. And the thing is, way zoomed. It was fine, like in row. And now, because I changed that to be centered instead of off to the edge, it jacks up the middle. I have no freaking idea any reason why. Truly, I don't understand, because on this page, it's all jacked up. This is the preview. But when you go back to the other, it's fine. I don't get why it does this and why it started jacking it up in the first place. It was fine. Again, the proof copy here, it's fine. It's in line. I don't know why going and just changing this to be centered jacked it up, and now it doesn't matter what I do. If I put this back to the way it was, it still jacks this middle section up. I've tried changing the size of the text so that instead of auto format, I pick an actual size. And then if we try auto fit and then we try it again, it's still going to be a problem. Just watch, just wait. This is the game I play all the time. And then it does this. Why do you insist on being a problem? So I'm gonna have to take it with us tomorrow because I'm getting done playing this game. I'm too tired. And I don't know why. Maybe the program is just like, no, for the day. Because truly, I cannot find an absolute reason why. It just suddenly started to do this. And if I have to start all the way over, whatever. But like, why do you insist on being a problem at random? Like, I don't understand why it changed it to be down here when it was in line beforehand. And again, on this page, it's in line. Why are you no longer in line? New day, I decided just to jump into this screen of it, and it's fine. I don't know why the name was having such an issue yesterday. It didn't save entering the subtitle to be, centered, but if it's gonna mess up the name so bad, I think I'm just gonna leave it, and it's fine, because like, whatever. Not gonna play that game again. Thankfully, caught this one. So we have chapter 10. When we come to the preview, I had it as 11. It was supposed to be 10. The only reason I caught it is I'm doing the numbers for the pages now that they're pretty solidified in what they are. That's the only reason I caught it. So apparently, it's a good thing I waited till the very end for this, because otherwise it would have had 2 chapter 11s. After messing with the cover preview page for like way too long, you go to this where it's the full document preview and the cover is fine. I don't understand it. I'm just not going to play this game. I don't know why it does what it does, but supposedly it's going to look fine because I'm going to trust this the most. So whatever cover design specifically for the hardback that wants to be a problem child. Today is the day. Gonna change all of these from draft to publish. All right, and now hardcover is approved. We just have to wait for it to actually become available at some point in the next few days. And yes, in case you were curious, she is very, very helpful. Very helpful, but so pretty. Same with paperback. I feel like it's gonna be the hardback, or I guess they call it hardcover, but my brain says paper hard and then backs. But the paperback is going to, I feel like, come out faster than the hardback, just because like those just seem to take forever. But I don't know. I know ebook is probably going to be the first one just because it's like the easiest. But like, I don't know. We'll find out. I'll kind of keep checking in on it sporadically because that's what I do best. But then that also means eventually I will be able to get my Amazon listings and update my blog for people who want to follow the links to find it. And lastly, the ebook is done. Odds forever be in your favor. I tried to format this thing, but the ebooks are rough. Just be prepared because it changes anytime you mess with the formatting settings on it. So it's just dependent on your device, pretty much. So I tried. I based it off of the standard one that it sets up and tried to get it to work as much as I could. But again, if you change your font size or what device you're on, it changes the game. So, and I can't set it for each thing. So just be aware. The ebook, it's a little bit of a hot mess, but like we tried for a whole day. Spent a whole day doing this yesterday. So just appreciate the effort. I don't love ebooks. So if you're an e-reader, I'm sorry. I'm glad that you found a format of books that you love, but it's not for me. And it's rough. I just hate when you can't have it set to a specific thing and it's so dependent on other factors. So anyways, it is now ready to. So they are all now in review and hopefully it will be available soon. I will update in the blog when it is in the vlog when it is ready, and also the blog, both of them, all of the logs. Today is Monday, so we're back to the usual stuff. I've already hit publish on my book, The Path of the Witch, so it's coming out anytime. I don't know when. It's gonna just be sometime this week. And now back to writing, because that's what I do best. So yeah, it feels weird to not like sit in the moment of like, oh, I got my book done. Cause like, I'm not gonna have that. Like, I don't know that I'm ever gonna have that again, at least at my current like writing like pace, because when I hit publish, I'm already into the next project. Like I'm over halfway through this project, or at least close to it, something like that. Like I'm working on the next book, so like I'm not writing. And like I took the weekend, finished up the last bits for Path of a Witch, and now I'm going back into my half draft that I have for the Grave Shift. So like I don't have like this break anymore. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so I updated my little thing on the wall here that shows my to-do list. See my lovely little to-do list? These are all of the chapters that I have to still write. And then my other little doodados here. Drafting is not in order anymore. That's not exactly accurate. Publishing is. I updated that page. And then I just have my goals that I wrote for this year. But yeah, so we are getting there. Grave Shift. Trying to get through 4 chapters today. So 25, 26, 27, and 28. Hopefully I can get through it, but I'm going to edit today's video and probably get that up. I don't know. I'm debating on what I need to do, because like, I also need to get the footage off of my camera too, because I'm running out of space again, because I need to clear out some old videos. So I don't know. It's gonna be a working day. We'll see what I can accomplish today. First of all, the queen of the room is here. But the goal for today, as you can see, I've got it mapped out to get the next draft of a book done in about 6 days. So today is Tuesday, which means I'm gonna try and get through 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30 today. I have these all outlined. I just have to actually write them. So this first week has more chapters. Next week we'll have a little bit less per day, but I kind of just decided that like I'm just gonna do a writing day and see how it goes. So that's pretty much my only thing I'm doing today is just writing. Not reading, not editing, not recording, other than these little clips. But like I don't have any other things to do other than like a little bit of laundry, which adulting never ends. But yeah, so are you, okay, she's leaving. Actually, she's trying to steal my coffee, to be more specific. Huh. The coffee calls to you. So yeah, get started and I'll check in. Chapter 25 is done. Now on to 26. And yes, the board's a hot mess, but it's what happens when you forget to erase things. And it was in like this greenish and it lives there now. Also, the overall word count is, oh, if we could focus. Overall word count is 26,000 words. And another one is done. And look at the baby. She's very, very helpful. Huh, you're gonna eat the camera? Yeah, you're so cute. Halfway there. Hello, hi, welcome to Hot Mess Central. I'm breaking out like crazy, but I felt like I should talk to you about this one. So we're just gonna ignore all of the bleedy spots, cause yep, it takes forever to finally get one of these. So when they finally happen, we just don't touch them. So anyways, I have a conundrum. I am now realizing that I want to cut out all of these chapters. Like, I have got 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 that I want to cut. Because, like, basically, I want to rearrange the story. I just don't know how I want to do that. Because, like, I feel like it's dragging on almost too much at this point. But I don't know. And I can't ask anybody, because it's little old me until we get to the end. And so I'm just sitting here like, I feel like it's too much. Because, like, geez. But also, like, I don't know, like, it is nice to have this, like, really drawn out so that when we get to this point, it feels like we're somewhere. But also, this is the halfway chapter. Like, we're halfway through the book at this point. So, like, we could have the change that's gonna happen. We need to get there. I think I gotta rearrange some things and potentially move them around because it's taking too long. Like, it feels like it fits better here than where I was initially gonna have it. And like, I have to rework the outline and I just don't want to. Such a sweet little baby just chilling in her box. She wants it to be the afternoon sunlight, but it is overcast today, so she's just chilling. But usually this is where the sun hits in the afternoon and she's like, but where is it today? Can't get her good afternoon naps in without the bright sun. And in exciting times, I fixed my plot problems so we can continue along with chapter 29. She was sound asleep until I grabbed the camera. And then she's like, you know, I don't know that I really want to wake up yet, but maybe you moved. Isn't she just the cutest? Also, 29 is done. And the word count is over 30,000 words now. And done. Chapter 30 is complete, and it actually went a little above, so now we're at 31,560 words. So, getting there very slowly. This was a long day. This was a lot of writing, but very worth it. I'm very excited to get this done here in the next few days. Hopefully by the time we're ending this vlog, I'll be into the 40s of chapters. Today is Wednesday, and I am hoping to get another 6 chapters done today, but I am trying to take breaks between things because yesterday I had a headache like the whole day, and my husband was like, do you think maybe it's like being on the screen literally all day? And I'm like, probably. So, trying to do better. So today I am going to be working on house projects between chapters. So we're trying to get through 31 through 36 today. And I also would like to work on laundry. So I just brought up my mom's because ours is in the basement, so many stairs. But got hers done this morning, so now on to actually writing this first chapter, and then I have a blanket in the wash that I need to go put some Downy on in a minute. So get this chapter done, do that, come back, then write another chapter, back and forth and back and forth, and hopefully I can get some stuff done. I feel like it's going to make it impossible to get the chapters that I need to done though, because I don't work late. Like, I go to bed super early, and this morning I spent hours trying to get through this book. It's not a long book, but my goodness, it took forever. Chapter 31 is done. It ended up being 1,031 words. So now, taking a break, gonna go do laundry, and then come back. It's so weird, because I feel like I should just keep writing, but at the same time, like, moving does feel like it would kind of be nice. So I think I'm gonna go do laundry, and then because I also want to keep up on 10,000 steps a day, because I've been doing that most days for the past little bit, so instead of doing like a huge block of it, I think I am gonna get maybe like 1,000 to 2,000 steps and then come back to writing. Chapter 32 is done, another 1,011 words. Really, I just have to try and get it to be 1,000 words. Anything more than that is great. If it is exactly 1,000 words, that's okay. Like, I don't know that I will ever get above my 1,000 word count for like a chapter, unless I'm really into the story, but like, this one is just so hard to write. Like, it doesn't flow easily like some of my books have been in the past. Like, when I was writing the Crown of Darkness, I think is what I called it. Yes, Crown of Darkness. You'd think I would know my own book titles. But like, that one was just such an easy flow, and I was like more in the world. And this is like, it's a little real, so like, it's not as fun. I can't get like into the story as much. It's very like controlled and very like, I'm not like, I can't just make things up as I go as much, because like, the interactions that I have, I want them to be as closely based on things that have happened, but of course with like different people. The characters are not based on one person. They're usually like 2 to 3 people smooshed together, but like having those interactions and things, like, I want it to be much more realistic, so I can't like get into the world as much, and it doesn't have a flow of fun anymore. But I think after I get through this book, it'll be easier, but this one in particular is just, it's rough. Like, it's not as fun to write this one, but I think it'll be fun to read through for myself to like have this happen, so that like, I don't know, it's my way of like writing my way out of a situation that I had been in so many times, and I had wanted this to happen. And again, so many situations, minus the moving to the witch town, is like exactly what happened. So like, it's weird like living these situations and like the ick that you have so much, but also like, I can fully acknowledge that like, me and Sky definitely have like anger management issues and like, attitude is in fact a problem. But at the same time, it's just like a reminder that like, you just don't belong there. And like, when you find your place in society, even if that society isn't where you think it would be, like, then you're gonna thrive. And that's what I need to have happen with my character, because like, she's not a saint, to say the least. So anyways, I am going to keep writing and not take a break, because I am going to be taking lunch soon. And so I am just going to finish the next chapter. That makes it halfway through the writing I need to do for the day. And then I can see how much I can get done before I gotta go get the hubby from work. So on to chapter 33. I just finished up chapter 33, and I just realized things. So I have been saying that all of these were like situations that had happened, and I realized that in fact only 2 have not happened, but I should mention that. So at all of my optical experiences, the only 2 that have not happened to some degree of any kind was the verbal warning and the write-up. I have never had those. I have seen my coworkers at the times go through that, but I had never been the person to actually get those. And so like, having to write those, it was weird to like try and assume what those conversations would be like. So I kind of mixed and matched of like, when I've been fired from different jobs, which isn't that many, but everyone's gone through that, and like experiences hearing from other people who have been fired from those positions and different things, and just kind of conglomerated them into the write-ups and warnings and stuff. And like, again, coworkers who had these conversations, who had been written up and things. Again, across various jobs. It's not even all my optical jobs, it's been different ones as well. It's just conversations that have happened that it's like, it's pretty easy to kind of get the gist of like what you're going with. But I felt like I should mention that. So anyways, it is weird to write things that didn't actually happen to you that your character is going through, but for the most part are things that have happened. So anyways, it's getting to the exciting part of the story though. Like, I'm very happy because like soon, like I think it's actually the next chapter that I'm writing, that she's just fed up with it all and is going to go to Shadow Ridge for the first time. So, which if you don't know is my fictional town that this book takes, if I could point, this book, Witch's Night, takes place in. So she's going there now, and I'm excited for that because it's like a totally different world outside of the dreary awfulness that she's going through, and now she's getting to go to the enchanted town of Shadow Ridge and is going to get to experience like joy and things. And so I'm very excited to start writing that. But it is getting close to lunchtime. I have to go get my lunch prepped and rotate laundry and get some more steps in. So I will check back in the afternoon. I have feelings that I don't know that I'm gonna get this done today, but maybe, because like it's already almost noon and I still have so much more to go. So, but the next ones, I feel like they're gonna be fun and they might flow a little bit faster, but it's also like a little bit of like, I gotta make sure that it's consistent with the last book. That one I haven't written in a long time. Like, it was supposed to be done in like October, but because the hardback took so long to get there, it was months later. So yeah, I gotta see if I can remember things. So it's just minor details, and I'll definitely double check it before I actually like, in the next draft though, is when I'll check things. So anyways, I'll see you all in a little bit. I have not gotten back to writing, but I did get my video recorded for the day. So I just finished up the review for this book. This took me so long to read. When I like a book, I read it very slow. Like, this is not a big book. I either really don't like a book or I really enjoy it. Those are my two extremes for not reading a book quickly. Otherwise, if I'm like, it's pretty good, I'm like, it kind of sucks. Like, I get through it pretty quick. But no, I mean, I will say fiction, typically if it's really good, I do not put it down. Like, I can't focus, I will sacrifice sleep to read a book. I don't have that so much with pagan books. The witchy pagan books, I tend to drag out because I don't want to get to the end. My fiction ones though, I will just binge to get to the end because I need to know what happens. But for the most part, I take a long time with the witchy books when I love them. And I haven't had that for a while. So it was a nice thing. Got the video recorded, I'm gonna get that edited, and then it's pretty much gonna be time to go get the hubby from work. So I'm gonna do that. And I got my bed halfway made. So we're making progress. But yeah, I came up for lunch because I live at home. My mom got off of work for her lunch, so we had lunch together, and didn't finish my bed, so I need to get it done. So I have blankets to sleep in tonight, because it's like, I got the fitted sheet, and then I threw the other sheet on top, and I have the other blankets that I've been sleeping in that I'm just gonna roll out onto the bed and call it a day. But I have to finish doing those steps and continue the quest of laundry, but we'll see, because it's getting a little late in the day now. We have the beautiful, glorious office kitty here to help us as we try to get to the actual day that it is. Very, very helpful. Oh, did it scare you? Today, done. And she knocked it over. Ah, story of life with cats. Here we go. It is Thursday. Okay, so I have technically got the recordings done-ish that I need to for the day. The ish comes down to the fact that I have one that I need to record for Patreon, but I also have to do the work first. So I gotta read the first 4 chapters of this book, which is huge, and I haven't done that yet. But I technically don't need that video to go up until Saturday, so I have a few more days. Today is Thursday, so I think I can wait a little bit for that one, but I am probably gonna maybe try to get that done today. I don't know. I want to catch up on writing a bit though, and yesterday I only did 3 chapters, so I'm not quite doing that. I did things a little different this morning. I ended up reading, where did the book go? It was just here. This book this morning. And what I did is between chapters, I would get 500 steps. And that, A, kept me awake. Oh, the sun's coming out. We're gonna have to wrap this up quick because, like, look at this lighting. It's so great. But every chapter I would do 500 words and then, or 500 steps per chapter. So I'm already at almost 5,000 steps today because I started it last night, but I didn't do the steps thing last night. But I got my video for that recorded and also my announcement video for my main channel for this book that is now out and live. But yeah, this lighting, look at the sun, it's just awful. So I'm gonna go get coffee and edit that until the sun goes away. I got them recorded before the sun came up. Got that going for me at least, but yeah, this light, it's awful. And here we are at the end of the week. Did I actually do any writing today? Nope, I did not. But next week, I plan to hit the end for the first draft of The Grave Shift. And yeah, this week I was more preoccupied launching book, whoa, there we go, 6, and dealing with all of that. And I don't know how well I can maintain the schedule that I'm wanting because I also want to get my word count up, but I wonder if that's going to be like a next year me problem, because I do wonder, like, ideally I would like to get my books closer to about 80 to 100,000 words, but right now they're sticking like 60 to 70-ish, and like they're not bad, but I would just like a little bit more of a word count, especially for my fiction books. But I also think that like I just know roughly how much time it takes for me to write, and I'm like, I don't know if I have enough time in the day, especially for the speed I want them to come out. So yeah, anyways, for now, I'm gonna finish up the draft for The Grave Shift, my 7th book, next week hopefully. But yeah, today it did not happen. And then it's tax season and stuff, so I have to do that. And I don't plan a lot of writing that day because it's gonna take some time. So instead, next week is when we will get to the end of the draft, and I can hopefully then start doing more things with that before the beginning of the new month. That's the goal, is I want to hit the end, draft 1 before March 1st. So here's to hoping. But yeah, if you want to check out my 6th book, it is now available. It is linked on my blog if you want to check it out, link down below. Or if you want to just search it for Amazon, it's there. And I'm gonna start recording the audiobook for it next week too, because decided for my witchy books I am going to do the audiobooks. So I gotta do that starting next week. So I have to have that done by this day next week. At least the first draft, or the first section for it. So anyways, until next time, thank you so much for coming along for my writing this week. I would love to hear how your writing is going and what you've been reading. I didn't get through the fiction book I was planning. I'm on chapter 7 of 56, so we're dragging it today. It's fine. I just decided it's my car book. Whenever I'm in the car is when I read that book, because I usually wait for my husband for about like 20-ish minutes a day. I like to get places early, and so I have about 20 minutes to read it every single day. And then in my spare time is when I read my witchy books at home. So it'll get read eventually. We'll get there. It's not a library book, so I can take my time. But yeah, so anyways, I will hopefully have a book to talk about next week. Hopefully. See if I can get through it faster. And yeah, until next time, thank you so much for coming along, and I'll see y'all soon.